In order for a broker to be compensated, a personnel record must be created and linked to the broker's contact record. Once the personnel record is created, you can enter a compensation split plan for that broker. To create a personnel record, hover over the HR tab and click the green plus sign next to Personnel Files. Click the search icon to search for the contact's record. When the name comes up on your list, click Select, and you've linked the contact's record. Continue entering the rest of the data, including whether this is an employee or contractor or such, full or part-time. Status would be active if you're entering a new employee. Their start date and job function, in this case broker, and any other information that's relevant to your company, and then click Continue. The Contact tab is linked to the contact record. It has all the information previously entered for this contact. You can continue entering additional information, such as linking a photo, their LoopNet profile URL, or LinkedIn profile URL. Whatever changes you make on this tab are actually being applied to the contact's record. And when you've entered all the information, click Finish for this record. Now that you've created an HR record linked to that contact, you'll need to create a compensation plan for that broker. Hover over the Compensation tab in that personnel record and click the green plus sign next to Commission Split Plans. Use the pull-down calendars to enter the start and end date of this production period. The start date would be the broker's hire date. The end date would be the date their production credit is supposed to reset to 0. That may be the end of this calendar year, if split plans will change from year to year, or it may be sometime in the future if your plans don't change annually. In this case, we'll assume that the production period will reset at the beginning of the calendar year, so we'll enter December 31st of this year as the end date. This tells us that as of this date, there are 45 days left in this production period. We'll name the split plan after the broker contact so that it's easy to find, but you can follow whatever naming convention your company uses. In some cases, you may have to set up more than one commission structure for a new broker. For example, if a new broker is bringing listings with them and they are to be paid a higher percentage rate when those listings close. In that case, you would go to the personnel record you've created and create an additional commission split plan the same way you started this one. Whichever is to be the default plan that would apply to the listings procured while hired with your company, you would select that plan as the default by checking this box. In the next field, select whether the production splits are to be calculated when the deal is booked into the system or upon payment application. In this case, we'll select when the payment is applied. Here you enter the commission schedule based on the gross commission thresholds and the percentage of gross commission that the broker is to receive or split with the company on a cumulative production basis. In this example, we'll apply that the broker is going to receive 50% of the gross commission for all commissions up to $100,000 in this production period. Click Add to add another level. From the $100,000 mark threshold to the $200,000 gross commission threshold, the broker will receive 65% of the gross commission. We'll click Add to add one more level. From the $200,000 threshold to the $999 million threshold, the broker will receive 70% of all gross commissions accumulated during this production period. When you've added all the levels that apply to this broker's compensation plan, click Submit. The last form required in the HR setup is the HR Compensation History form. Hover over the Compensation tab in the HR record and click the green plus sign next to History. Here you'll enter the employee's effective date or hire date, their status, which of course would be active when starting, their title, and classification. And the important part is to enter the fiscal year start date for this employee or for your company. In this case, we'll enter January as the beginning of the fiscal year. You can also enter non-commissioned employees' bonus compensation and frequency. When you've finished, click Submit.